Okay, so Martin, Hisham, Ranisha, Faraz is here. I'm so happy that Faraz is here. Hi, Faraz. I know it's not easy to wake up in the morning, right? Because of the late night deadlines. I know that. Mariam Ashraf also was very early today. Mariam Khalid was the first one, followed by Ranisha. Very good. Okay, I love that.
First one to do what?
First one to join.
Oh.
Today. I'm always taking note of that. So Mariam, that's very good for today. Okay, who was the first one who said good morning? Who's the first one? Okay. Yeah, I'm taking note of those. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with sentence analysis. Okay, well, why do we analyze the sentences or sentence structure of an authentic text? Why is it that there's a need for us to look at that? Because most of the time people don't observe those. They just read the content and done. And then later on, some of them, they will not have a job. And then they would say, maybe I want to try CNN, but it's too late. They want to go to CNN, they want to write, they want to become a writer, but they don't have an idea of how the real world or real life writing or professional writing looks like. So it's good for us that now that you are only 15, are you 15 or 14?
Almost 15.
Almost 15.
Yeah. It's very good to start now, because if you are very observant with those, it will definitely help you to become a better writer later on. So let's just say you want to be a doctor. Where will you use your writing skills?
Research.
If you become a doctor. Research. Very good. If let's say you want to be a football player. I don't need Miss because I'm going to be a football player. Where will you use your language skills?
Making a visa.
Visa?
Interviews.
Very good. Yes, very good. Or maybe you can come up with your own writing of your life. Okay, what else? If you want to be, what are the professions that you want? Ranisha, what do you want to be? Doctor, so you'll have lots of research. Engineer, if you're an engineer, where will you use your writing skills?
Making reports.
Reports still about construction, or maybe about changes, or the technical reports of the development of a project. So you will definitely need these things. Okay, so let's start with one of the articles that we have. Mitz, do you have there, or would you like me to share the content at the moment?
Are you talking about the one that you sent in WhatsApp? Yeah, I have it.
Okay, you have it. Okay. So would you like to share?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm opening it right now.
All right, thank you, Mitz. This is, I think, the latest news, breaking news.
Miss, I have a question regarding the top 10 quotes reaction video job.
Okay, all right.
Would it be all right if it's done every Saturday or
yes, as you like. We will air it anytime next week. Okay, if you can't complete it because it's an additional work, right? So at least every week. It's up to you when you want to complete that. Okay, but it should be at least once in a week. Is that good?
Okay.
Okay, maximum is 2 weeks. So either once or 2 weeks. But it's like for 2 weeks, you have to feature others also that were presented 1 week before the latest one. Okay, all right. So let's check this news article here. Okay, what can you observe in the headline?
Capitalization.
Is there a full stop?
No.
Literally a sentence.
Okay, a sentence without a full stop.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think so?
Because the title.
It's a title, it's a headline, it's a heading. Why is it that the title of the book, there is a need for you to capitalize most of the words except the prepositions and the linking verbs?
Because their names.
Yeah, it's a name of, so it's a name. And you have to capitalize your name.
Okay, right. So titles, usually we capitalize it if it's a name of a book, or sometimes a title of an article or title of a poem could be capitalized. But in this case, when you're writing the news, you don't need to capitalize. It's not necessary, but it's a kind of a highlighted title without, or heading without a full stop. So we don't put full stop in headlines. All right. What can you see with the verb tenses that's been used?
Present.
Present.
Shows.
Present. Goes. Okay. Let's move up next. Let's move down a little bit. Let's go to the first part. Okay. Thank you. Stop. Okay. What can you see there in the first sentence? What kind of sentence is that? All around the world, people are waiting for the announcement.
Isn't it a thesis? No,
It's compound.
Is it compound?
Yes.
All around the world, people are waiting for the announcement.
Oh, compound complex.
Is it?
Because the dependent clause there is that the coronavirus pandemic is contained, and the why it's a compound sentence is because there's another independent clause with and they can return to normal life.
Okay. People. Your first subject is people. Your first verb is are, right? Are waiting.
Yes.
People are waiting. The second one is coronavirus is contained. Right? Or coronavirus is.
Yes.
Okay. Because contained there is functioning as a past participle, which could be an adjective. Okay. Contained. Then you have the end there. They can return. So it's a what?
It's compound complex.
It's a compound complex. Okay, that's amazing, right? It starts with a compound complex that's very short. Okay, can we go to the next sentence? Tell me what you can see. How about starting the sentence with but?
Are we allowed to ignore the but?
No, but is okay. But you don't put the but at the beginning of a paragraph. In this case, the use of the but there, the use of the but is for a compound. It's like compound, so independent clause. But the Chinese city at the center, so some of our teachers in the past will tell us, don't start the sentence with but, right? In the past. Or I was told before, don't start the sentence with and, but the truth is you can actually use it as a start of a sentence if it is in the middle of the sentence after an independent clause or a simple sentence or a complete sentence. So if you're going to look at this, but the Chinese city at the center of the pandemic has shown that normal might still be a long way off. So that's what? It's a what?
It's complex because it has the conjunction that.
Okay, so there's another complex in there. Okay, Raphael is in the house. Hello, Raphael. The Chinese city. Okay, correct. So you can see it starts with a but. Why do you think the writer started with but?
Um, hmm.
Mm, to show that the previous sentence, like it's like to contrast the previous sentence.
Or
Okay. To emphasize, because it's going to be too long if the writer is going to combine it with the first sentence. It might create a misunderstanding or it would confuse people, right? So sometimes what news writers do is they separate it in order for them to make it clearer, because for news writers it's more important that their writing is clear rather than making it look block by block. So the idea also is very different from the first one because of the contrast, as Renisha said. That's very good observation there. Okay, very good. So if you will notice there's how about the layout? How do you describe that, or how, or what can you see there? Almost every sentence, right? Mm-hmm. What's your observation? Just observe. Are you thinking?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. It's okay. It's good to look at those. Mm-hmm. Can somebody say something?
Um, Most or some of the sentences here are complex sentences,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because they use the subordinate conjunction that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's used to explain and emphasize the information in the sentence,
Mm-hmm. All right.
like
So
to
you,
further explain.
okay. I think Mariam can also add to what was presented by Renisha. Thank you, Renisha. Give me your own observation. What can you observe in the kinds of sentences being used by the writer? Mariam Hisham, Mariam Ashraf, Alif. Oh,
Hello.
okay.
The paragraphs are not that long. They're just they're like one or two sentences, just a few sentences for each paragraph.
Miss, I got a question.
Yes, Alif.
Why aren't they using indentation again?
They are not using the indent.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Because there are two kinds of writing. You can indent or you can use a block type. For this, they are using block type. What do we mean by block? Block means you start exactly, or what do you call that? No indentation, but you use space instead. That's a block type. They use that in articles, and it's very similar to the indentation as a paragraph, but it's just another way of writing. So it's just another style of writing that's block type.
Oh,
So
I
you can
see.
actually do that. Yes, you can actually have that. You can do that in your, it depends on the requirement. Let's just say you're going to use MLA or a different prescribed format. So you just have to follow it. But this is also correct. Okay, in news writing, you can see that if you're writing feature, it's also okay to use this, like block type. The only reason why they indent it, if you are saving the space. If you're saving the space, you have to indent it so that there is no need for you to have a space. But if you'll notice, even in your writing, sometimes you will indent and then you will provide a space again.
Oh.
Right? Okay. The purpose of that is just to make it clearer.
Mm.
The reader will be bored. It's boring to read. It's very difficult to read when all the words are just sticking together. So if you can write it that way, the goal and the purpose of the writer for it to be understood becomes more achievable, because the students or the readers could be able to read very well and at ease. So remember, if you are working in CNN or in the media, they need more readers to read so that they can have more maybe sponsorship, or they could have more income if there are a lot of readers reading their writing. So what's the point of reading or writing something and nobody wants to read? Right? So you will notice their goal is more on clarity. How clear, how easy it is for the readers to read. Okay, what about the words? What can you notice there? What kinds of vocabulary that they're using? Are they always using the very high
They're using the vocabulary in between. It's not so advanced and not
Yeah.
not advanced.
It's
In
not.
between. It's balanced. It's balanced.
For the general audience.
Yes. Okay. It's their target, but not too low, right? If you're going to look at it, it's not also very low.
Yeah.
Like what's the mood on the ground. The mood on the ground is even like poetic. The mood on the ground, right? It's poetic, a kind of metaphorical. Okay, or a creative way of saying that what is happening now. The mood on the ground is very different to the official statements. Okay, or the situation at the moment. Okay, very good. So let's go to the next line. When Wuhan officials eased, what's the kind of sentence?
Compound. No, wait.
It's complex. Wait.
Complex.
Yeah. It's
Complex?
Yeah.
What made you
Yeah.
think it's complex?
First of all.
When
Because of
Wuhan.
When
Yeah.
when Wuhan.
Okay, excellent. Let's move on to the next sentence. Despite the lifting.
Compound.
And even when the citizens go outside, they still. And even when the citizens go, even when.
Compound complex.
Compound complex.
Yes, very good. Wonderful. The next one. The mood on the ground is very different to the official statements. At a press conference on April 8th, Liu Ping.
Wait, which sentence?
The mood on the ground.
Oh, is it simple?
Simple.
Yeah.
Very good, because it has a full stop there before the word at. Okay, good. Very good.
And then the next sentence is like the sentence that says at a press conference on April 8th. It's a complex sentence because of that.
Said that, and Epides said that because we're that. Okay, that is your yes, said that. Yeah, that is your relative pronoun that some the sectors and cities were already. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, so at least we were able to expose ourselves to these kinds of writing. Okay, let's look at something in there. Let's go to the lower part. In the short term, of course. There is going to be recovery, said Larry Hu, economist at Macquarie Capital Limited.
Oh wait, I don't know.
They're going to recovery.
Simple.
Is it simple?
Can it be complex?
There is going to be a recovery, and said Larry.
But that whole quote, it acts as a object. So it's simple.
So there is still a clause there. So it could be a compound.
Compound. Oh, okay. Never
Right?
mind.
Compound. There's going. It's like, I love you, said Renisha. Right? So it's a compound. I love you, and I love you now functions as a noun clause, said Renisha. Renisha said this. It's like Renisha said that.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay, so that's the beauty. Okay, very good. But at least you are able to identify them. So I hope you were able to practice that as well in your own selected paragraphs. Did you do that as a practice? Yes?
Yeah.
Or are you sleeping? I hope nobody is getting in the Zoom, joining the Zoom and sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, Mitz. Okay, let's go back. I wanted you to see what I have here. At least that's just an exercise for us. We will check, maybe we'll take time to check another one later on because we only have a very short period. Okay, so
Should I stop screen share?
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mitz. Okay, so we practice sentence analysis. I want you to continue and check your work as well. Maybe you can have time also to dissect it again if you wanted to go back to that. Okay, so vocabulary words also, I don't want you to forget them. What are the vocabulary words that we have? Just give me one word that can help us remember the meaning of these words. Go.
Jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Bibliography.
Judgment.
Movie.
What?
Okay.
No,
Movie.
just because viewer distraction.
Okay, discretion.
Bibliography.
Whatever.
Okay, okay.
Hypothetical.
Hectic.
Chaos.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Okay, inaudible.
Can't be heard.
Deaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lavish.
Fancy.
Rich kids.
Expensive.
Mimic.
Copy.
Copy.
Nominal.
Little.
Minimal.
Name.
Orthodox.
Traditional.
Traditional.
Yeah.
Panorama.
Wide view.
Wide view.
Good.
Mm.
Predominant.
Dominant.
Dominating.
Main.
Yeah,
Dominant. Dominating.
Good.
Main.
What is
Resourceful.
It's,
Creative.
yeah, imaginative.
Okay, vocab 21. Asterisk.
Symbol.
Shift eight.
The star sign thingy.
Star sign. I like
Yeah.
that star sign.
Miss Shift 8.
Yeah, sometimes it's very easy to remember. There was a picture, but to explain what that is a challenge, right? So asterisk, okay, right. Okay, bibliography.
Book.
Source.
A list,
Yeah.
list of, right? Okay, because you will need this in your writing, report writing, brochure.
A booklet.
Yeah, booklet. Pamphlet.
Discredit.
Disgrace.
Doubt.
Dishonor.
Disbelief.
Okay, hypothetical.
Not real.
Imaginative.
Yeah.
Conjecture.
Yeah.
Based on a hypothesis.
Okay, intelligent guess. Okay, jurisdiction.
Judgment.
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 Law.
Authority.
Authority.
Regulation. Yeah,
AO
authority. Power.
Okay, perspective.
Algo.
Outlook.
View.
Point of view.
Excellent. I like that. View, point of view. Recession.
Go
Decline.
back,
Back out.
withdraw,
To back
Decline.
out.
withdraw.
Down. Draw.
Law.
How do you pronounce
Yeah.
this?
Statute.
Statute.
Yeah, statute.
Right. It's not
Statute.
statute, it's statute.
Statute.
Good. Good. Okay. Thesis.
Like argument.
Topic.
Topic.
An opinion, a belief that you can support. Okay. What's the plural of theses?
Thesis, but then change the I to E.
Very good. Like thesis, but E. Like parenthesis, E, right? Parenthesis with an E is plural. Parenthesis with an I is singular. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so you're good with vocabulary. Okay, don't forget your report writing. I just need your introduction. Okay, how do you want to sell to the reader your report? What is it about? Okay, and I'd like to read them, just a few sentences from as the beginning of a report. Next week, I'm going to ask you to just add another paragraph for the body. We're gonna take it one step at a time. If they would say, okay, stop, no more classes, it's okay. Wherever you can, or whatever you can achieve, provided you are following whatever we are doing. Let's try to do it together. Okay, so are you okay with report writing? Any questions on report writing?
No. Wait,
No.
can the report writing be like a compare and contrast report?
Research, as long as it's research based. Yes, if you want to, yeah, as long as it's research based, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so for next week, these are the things that you're going to practice doing. You're going to set your goals. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Yes, you're gonna make a list. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to ask you, and I'm gonna check on you if you were able to complete that. So you make your own plan. I'm going to evaluate your plan. So I'd like to see that by next week, maybe by Sunday. I'm going to give or to have an assignment on what do you want. The list, only a list of what you want to do. So it's going to be 5 tasks. What's the goal? This is our goal. You design your own activity to reach these goals. Okay? So I want mastery of vocabulary 22. Okay, up to you how you want to do that. You want it in 5 seconds, go ahead. Okay? 10 seconds, however you want. So you make a design, or you plan out how do you want to show this. Mastery of the 3 poems. The 3 poems we have. What's the first one?
Returning to dwell in
The country.
Second.
The heart leaps up.
Third.
The
sun.
The sun.
Very good.
My heart
Okay.
leaps and the sun.
The sun. And the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the copy of The Lost Boys, and I want you to understand the gist, just the main idea. I want you to know about what exactly is happening in the story or in that article. It's actually a magazine article. So The Lost Boys, we're going to look at Lost Boys as well. Okay, so I'm going to send you create a way for you to show me that you've understood The Lost Boys. So you think about what you want to do. And improvement in speech delivery, I want something that is improving in what you are submitting. So as you like. Okay, let's see. This is a test. It's an experimental way of applying what the school wants us to do, and we want to assess you in the way that you are best at. What else? Effective application of sentence structures in writing. So we want you to achieve this as well. Okay, like what we just saw in the article today. So I'd like you also in your writing to be able to apply the right structures in writing. So you will notice it started with what? Compound complex, and then complex, compound complex. Can you start with a simple sentence? Yes, sometimes it's also good to start with a simple sentence. Okay. Add content to your planned research report. So these are our goals for next week. It's up to you to plan 5 tasks. Okay, I'm gonna send you a copy of these goals. Okay, and then you will send me your 5 tasks that you want. Okay, after that, I'm gonna ask you, okay, reflect on on your goals, and then you're going to set another goals the next week. So let's see if it's going to be effective, and let's see if there's a possibility for you to excel through this. Instead of me telling you, you should do this, you should do that, let's try and see what could be the possibility of bringing out the best that you have through these types of tasks. What do you think? Any feedback?